Remember, your marketing has to be fun. It has to be something that you feel comfortable with and starts to build that relationship with your ideal clients. It really can be very simple and straightforward to do. Hello, and welcome to the Art of Value Whispering podcast. I'm your host, Melitta Campbell, value whisperer and business coach. And each week, I invite you to join the Dream Clients Club, which is my free community where I have live events and challenges to help you understand marketing, the sales process, and how to show up authentically for your clients and feel confident in doing so. And last week in our live session, I was talking about visibility confidence, and I asked people, what's your limiting belief when it comes to marketing your business, getting in front of your ideal clients and attracting them into your business? And a few people said that their limiting belief was that they can't afford the marketing. It's too expensive, it's too difficult, they can't do it. And I was challenging that. Is that true? Is it absolutely true? And they were convinced, yes, it's absolutely true. And I know, as someone who's been working in marketing and communications for more than 3 decades now, it's not true. There is a lot you can do for any business in any industry to market your business for free or at very low cost and effort to you. It's all a matter of being clear and strategic. So today on the podcast, I wanted to dive into that topic. How do you market your business when you have limited budget, limited time, and possibly limited experience as well? And I don't just believe, I know it is possible for you. It's just a case of finding that right method that feels right for you, resonates with your ideal clients, and creates an experience that helps them understand what it's like to work alongside you and your brand. So that's what we're going to dive into today. But before I do, as always, I want to invite you to be part of that club, the Dream Clients Club. It's my free community. It's like a paid membership, but without the paying part. Come and join us. You can find us at melittacampbell.com/club. So how do you go about marketing your business on a budget? It all comes down to 2 things: understanding what marketing actually is. And I'm going to dive into that a little bit because I see that there are a lot of misunderstandings when it comes to what marketing is, and to understand what are the mistakes that cause people to pay too much money for their marketing. So we're going to look at how you can market your business for free, but also consider, if you get the foundational parts right, which I will take you through, then even more expensive marketing strategies become affordable because they start to work. So anything is expensive if it doesn't work. Like my mum always told me, that dress may be a bargain, but it's very expensive if you never wear it. So that's the same principle here, that if you understand your marketing, if you get it right, then putting more money into that is going to be cost effective because you'll get the results. So maybe if you invest even 10,000, if that's going to result in 50,000 pounds, dollars, francs worth of work, then it's worth that investment. It becomes affordable. So that's something else for you to consider as well. So what is marketing? So when I was doing my marketing studies a very long time ago, there were what was called the marketing mix, which is 7 Ps. And you don't need to use all of these 7 Ps, but I think it's interesting to know them because it helps you to understand where things might not be working for you in your business. So the 7 Ps are promotion. This is what marketing is famous for, getting your business in front of your ideal clients. So this could include social media, advertising, for example, this kind of thing. Place is where you host your business. So this could be a physical office, it could be your social media profiles, your Google business profile, your website, anything like this that gives people an impression of your brand, of your business. Is your business credible? Is it able to solve their problems? So the place can actually say a lot about your business. Product is the other piece. Do you have a product that's a good fit for your ideal client? People. So who do you employ and how do they treat your clients? Do they create the same experience for your clients that you would? So you want that consistent experience for your clients, regardless of who they speak to within your organization. The next P is process. And this is something that is really, really key, but a lot of people don't think of it as marketing. But having those right processes in place enable you to deliver that consistent quality and experience for your clients. So it really is important. It underpins everything. And again, it's the marketing and branding, it's that impression that people get. Do they trust you? Do they like you? Are they willing to pay money to work with you? And your processes play a big part in how comfortable people feel paying a fee to work with you and at what level that fee will be. The next P is physical evidence. So this is things like brochures or any merchandise you may have. And your website comes into this as well. Website could be the place where you do business, or also physical evidence, what people can see, what's the tangible part of your business that's visible for them. And then the final P, the big one, is price. The price point you put on your business, it tells the client a lot about the quality they can expect. And we've talked about that on the show before with Janine Liston, the pricing lady. She's been here a few times and it always comes up in our discussions. So those are the 7 Ps: promotion, place, product, people, process, physical evidence, and price. So it's good to know that if you feel that you're getting your messaging right, your promotion is right, and it's really speaking to your ideal client, but still they're not buying, then you can take a look at, well, how do they feel when they look at my website? Is my website doing me justice? Is my social media profile doing me justice? Is the product a good fit? Have I put that right price on it? And you can like turn these dials until you get the right combination that works for you and your clients. But for small businesses, it can be, while it's good to know this, it's most helpful to think about your marketing is helping people know, like, and trust you. So they need to know you exist. So you have to have that promotion. They have to like what they see when they come across you. So they have to like your product or your offer. They have to like your website. They have to like the people that they come across, if that's you or your team. They have to like all that physical evidence about your business, and they need to trust you. So this is going to come from the processes and the people, everything being consistent and having that consistent quality that resonates with your message. So if your message is we deliver high quality, and that's not the experience they have because the processes aren't in place, or your website is outdated or anything like this, then that process doesn't happen. And the magic ingredient in developing that know, like, and trust is consistency. And it doesn't always have to be consistency of posting on social media every day, but more your consistency in your message, consistency in that feeling they get, that impression they have of you in every interaction. If it's always the same, that's going to build that trust as well. So that's really what you're trying to get to in your marketing. So there are several things I see that stop people from building this know, like, and trust. And I'm going to deal with them in 2 groups because the 2 groups have distinct solutions. So the first group is not having a clear purpose, not really knowing why you do what you do, not really knowing why you want to post on social media, not really knowing what you want your website to do for you. If you don't know the purpose of every element of your marketing, the purpose of your business, then your client is never going to get that purpose. They're never going to understand it. And this is closely followed by not really knowing your audience. You need to know the purpose. That's your driver for doing what you do. But you also need to know your audience. Why do they need what you offer? What value, what meaning are they looking to extract from your kind of service? And the more you know about your audience, the more you can tailor your messaging, your marketing, your products, your processes, everything to creating that right offer and experience that is going to really help your audience and is going to deliver a solution in the way that is meaningful and impactful for them, the way that they want. Following on from those 2 is not being able to succinctly share your value. So you may have everything perfect, but if you can't tell people why your offer is perfect for them, if you can't express the benefit of working with you, then they're not going to get it. And if they don't get it, they don't work with you, they don't book you. So it's really key once you know your purpose and your audience to really work on how you express your value to your ideal clients in a way that they're going to understand. And the final mistake or problem in this group is a lack of confidence and leadership. And that is both a cause and a consequence of these three things. So often, if you don't have confidence in your ability to run your business or that you can deliver what you promise, then your clients aren't going to get that confidence either. If you're doubtful, they will be doubtful. If you don't have that leadership and self-leadership to know your purpose and be able to define your audience, it's a cause of these problems, but it also, when you're not clear about these things, you're not clear about your purpose, your audience, and how to communicate your value, then things don't work in your business, and that destroys your confidence further and makes you doubtful of your leadership. So that's why I say the confidence and leadership, it's kind of at both ends. It's a cause and a consequence. So what is the solution here? The solution is to take a step back and think about these things. Why are you so passionate about the work that you do? Why have you decided to start your business in the first place? And you may have just started your business like me. I didn't have some big purpose for starting my business. I just wanted to do something around my family. It became clear that once I had a family, I didn't have the childcare or support to go back to the office, to the job I loved. So I had to think differently, and I didn't want to not do anything. So I started to do some consulting, just part-time to start with. But my purpose was to earn a little bit of money and to keep my hand in, ready for when I eventually went back to the office, which I never did. But anyway, I didn't have a grand purpose, but that came afterwards. So your purpose has two elements. You have a selfish purpose, and you also have this external purpose. Now my purpose is I really want to help people understand that they don't need to shout or change who they are or have any expensive, complicated tactics to succeed in business. So that started out as my message, but it's become my mission. The more that I see that this is a message that needs to be out there, helping people who think, I don't have the time or money to market my business, therefore I'm going to fail. It's not true. Or if they think that they are too quiet, too shy to succeed in business, again, it's not true. So that is my mission. And now I have a really clear purpose that is an external purpose. I wouldn't necessarily go to a client or speak on a podcast and talk about how I run my business because I want some money. I want to keep my hand in. That's not really going to inspire or attract anyone. But now I'm clear on my purpose. And I want to make something clear here. I didn't have that purpose in the beginning. And I started a very different business. I started a business around the work I could do really well and get paid really well for. There was no purpose in it. But then I burnt out from that business because I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have meaning in my work other than earning an income, and it wasn't enough. So if you are not clear about your purpose right now, do take a step back and reflect on that, but don't stress if you don't have one. It can take time to find that purpose. So in my case, it was 8 or 9 years into my business that my purpose became clear. And all the time it's becoming clearer and more defined. And maybe a year from now, it will become more defined again. And this very podcast is now the art of value whispering. But previously, it was the driven female entrepreneur, because my purpose then is different to my purpose now. It's not wildly different, but it's definitely more refined. So don't stress if you don't have a purpose. Go and check out my blog, search for purpose, and you will find an article on how you can start to find your purpose. But do start, and then take as much time as you need to find out who your audience is as well. Not just demographically, but psychographically. So what are the problems they're struggling with right now that you can solve, that they're willing to pay for a solution for? And why is that a problem for them? How do they know it's a problem? What is the issues it's causing for them? And how does that feel for them? Why do they want to solve this? What is their dream future? What are their values? How do they want to solve this problem? There are lots of different ways to tackle any problem. But why is your solution going to really resonate with your ideal client? What makes you perfect for them? What makes them perfect for you? You really want to distill this information, like do a massive brainstorm, find as much information as you want, then whittle that down to what's most relevant and useful for you. And you want to know how they think and feel about their problem, how they think and feel about their solution, how they prefer to get from A to B. What have they done in the past? What are their preconceptions? What is the resistance they may have towards your solution? How can you help them work through that? All of this is going to tell you, therefore, what would be the right message, what would be the right things to put on social media that's going to resonate them and bring them into your business. What would be the best offer and how to deliver that? So you really can't know your audience too much. Maybe the color of their socks might not be relevant, but the more you get to know your audience, the more relevant you can make all of your marketing. And we're looking at all the 7Ps here. The more relevant you can make your business, the more you can stand out as their natural choice. Then the next problem, not being able to share your value, comes back to those same things, not knowing your purpose, not really knowing who you are, what you represent in the marketplace, and who is your audience. Until you know those two things, you kind of want to see where the two overlap. And that's going to tell you your unique value, your point of differentiation. And then you can create the right messaging and everything from that point. So you really need to dive into those elements first. That's why at the very top of the value whispering process, if you've seen the 3 circles, we look at true value, and it's looking at this is what is your purpose, your vision, your values, what makes you different, what makes you do what you do, why do you care so much about helping your clients? We dive deep into that, really dive into your audience, your niche, those dream clients, find that overlap, and then we use that to start developing your offer and your message. Then once we have that information, then you are ready to market your business, and only then. And this is a big mistake. People dive into their marketing too soon without this foundation. And when you dive into marketing too soon without knowing this, that is when it becomes costly, because you're putting a lot of time and effort in, maybe money as well, maybe not. But either way, whatever you're doing is unlikely to work, or unlikely to work consistently. And therefore, you start to doubt yourself. And that's where this lack of confidence and leadership can come in. So the key to having marketing that works on even a small budget, even with very little time, is to really know your true value and then weave that through everything that you do. Every decision you make, every action you take, if it all comes from this, I call it your value sweet spot, then it all fits together more easily. It all starts to make sense. It saves you a lot of time and energy trying to think about, well, how do I market my business? Because suddenly the right way becomes obvious, or at least the wrong ways become obvious as well. So hopefully all of that makes sense. Then the second group of problems that can cause your marketing to fail or cost you too much is a lack of strategy and planning and a lack of consistency. And again, these two go together, because the strategy and planning, you need to have a goal. What do you want your marketing to do for you? Mostly it's, I want it to attract the right clients in, but it may be something else. Maybe you want your marketing to help you attract the right people into your business, the right team. Maybe your marketing is trying to launch a new product. Maybe it's trying to attract partners into your business. Maybe it's trying to position you as a thought leader so you can go out there and speak more. Maybe it's not about the clients, but more you getting out on stages. There are lots of different marketing goals you may have, but when you get clear on that goal, that end point, you can then start to plan backwards. Okay, if I want to speak on stages and I want to be seen as a thought leader, what do I need to do to get there? What are the knowledge I need? How do I need to package my current information? Who do I need to get this information in front of? And so on. You can then start to create a plan and then see how to go forward. Then you can also start to look at what actions are going to most effectively get you to the end goal. And I would advise that you have your end goal and develop a plan that you can deliver organically first to test what works. And then if you find a strategy that's working well for you, then you can put some money into advertising, then put some money into someone to do your business development for you, or to make sales calls on your behalf, or whatever investment makes most sense for you. But investing first before you have anything tried or tested is going to very quickly burn through any finances you have and leave you stuck in the same place. It's not going to move you forward. So do take time to define your goal. What do you want your marketing to do for you? And then work backwards. What's the best way to get there? So, assuming that your goal is to get more clients, there are some further questions you need to ask. So, who are the right clients? And this can be quite difficult because if you're new in business, you might not know yet who represents an ideal client for you. And you may be thinking, well, I want to help everybody. Most people start a business because they want to make a difference. They want to help people in some capacity. So restricting the number of clients you work with can feel counterintuitive. But remember, especially if you're on a budget, if you don't have unlimited funds, you need to focus your investment of time, money, energy. And so you need to think on, well, who are my ideal clients? Or who does it make most sense to start with? You can't just start a business fresh and go out to everybody. Even the biggest companies don't do this. They know they have a limited budget, they have a limited opportunity to test out things. So start small. Check out my YouTube channel and search confident niching, and you will find a masterclass there to help you. If you don't already know your ideal client, follow that masterclass and it will help you start to define and narrow down your niche. So once you know your right clients, you want to think about what do they care about most and where do they hang out so you can put yourself in front of them. We have a tendency to talk about what we want our clients to know. We talk about ourselves and our certifications, and that's information we know, so we feel comfortable sharing that. But they don't care about that yet. We need to resonate with them. We need to get their attention. And we do that by knowing what they care about and talking about what's interesting for them first. Later in that sales process, in that customer journey, they'll be interested in, oh, who are you exactly? What makes you qualified? But at the beginning, they want to know what's in it for me. So really get to know your clients as much as possible so you can bring in that what's in it for me. And there are several strategies that you can do that cost nothing or very little. If you come to the Dream Clients Club, go to the resources section in the classroom, and there you can download a list of 100 ways, more than 100 ways, you can market your business for free. And some of them may incur a cost because there's a cost of time and effort always, or maybe you need to learn some additional skills to make them work. But effectively, there's no big budget. It's all within reach. So if you are lacking inspiration in how you can market your business, go and get that document. Is going to give you lots of ideas. Again, you'll find the Dream Clients Club at melittacampbell.com/club. So there are two key marketing strategies. There are hunting strategies and farming strategies. Farming strategies you're probably most familiar with. It's things like content marketing, blogging, putting posts out on social media. Farming strategies are all about planting a seed, nurturing that seed, and maybe some of those seeds will turn into fruitful trees. Not all of them, and it's going to be some time in the future. This is important to understand because if you're investing time in social media, if you're investing time in a PR strategy, understanding that it's going to take time for that to result in clients is good to know. So you don't start to panic and think 1 month in, this isn't working. You need to give farming strategies time to work. 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, you really think for the future, they are definitely good to have, because when you use a hunting strategy to put yourself directly in front of your clients, they will come and check you out on social media. They will go to your website. So having that in place and saying the right things is going to really support that client journey, the sales process. And if they hear about you in the media, if they've read about you in newspapers, guest blogs, if they heard you speaking at a summit, for example, that's going to bring the awareness, that's going to kickstart that whole process anyway. So These are all good to have, but you need to know they're not instant strategies. If you put out a social media post, it's rare that it will instantly result in clients, and it may result in one or two clients, but not consistent clients. So these farming strategies, you need to be investing time over time in those. Then you have your hunter strategies, which is where you put yourself directly in front of your ideal client. So these are things like networking and outreach on social media, where you directly invite people to part of your network and start a conversation with them. That's directly you being in front of your ideal client. So do think about balancing your farming strategies and your hunting strategies. Hunting strategies are really important at the beginning of your business when people don't know who you are yet. Supported by some farming strategies as well, but the hunting strategies is going to really shorten the customer cycle for you. So if you want to grow your business quickly, you need the hunting strategies and partners, finding other small businesses that you can get in front of their audience, which could be your audience. That's a really great way to bring more people in more volume into your business, and then supported by those farmer strategies. So, as I said, there are so many options when it comes to marketing your business. I've put together that list of 100 for you, but here are a few ideas for you. So, marketing where you are publishing valuable content, you're sharing that through email, through guest blogs, through the media, through social media. There are lots of different outlets. That's completely free. Takes a bit of time and effort. As I say, knowing your ideal client, your value sweet spot, your messaging, all of that is going to make this much, much easier and more effective for you. There's all the digital marketing, your website, creating an opt-in and a funnel and the emails and a nice intentional customer journey. They're great. And again, very low cost. You may need some platforms, but there's a lot you can do between simple email and a Google account. Events of any kind are brilliant. Live ones are awesome because you're there in front of your clients, and often a live event has networking attached to it as well. But if you can't do live events or you can't get to live events, online events work fantastically as well. And this could be you speaking at someone else's event, or like my value sessions I run every week, you inviting people into your world and giving them an induction into your knowledge, giving them some value, helping them get started, showcasing what it's like to work with you. So it's like a mini demonstration of what it would be like if they were to work with you further. These are all great and very low cost, or very often free, just as I say, the time and energy. There is the media, TV, radio, podcasts, putting a post on someone else's blog. All of these are wonderful ways to reach out to new audiences and add value. And again, it's very low cost, just the time and effort to do them. Networking, super low cost, unless you're going to some crazy expensive conference, but networking is very low cost. It can be completely free if you're reaching out proactively to people on LinkedIn, or inviting your existing contacts to a virtual coffee or an actual coffee to get to know them and start that relationship. So building those personal relationships is always going to be really important for your business, and very low cost as well. There are exhibitions. You can have a table at an exhibition for your industry, or sometimes not even your industry. Sometimes being the odd one out can work in your favor as well. So as long as your ideal clients are coming through those doors, then you want to be there. And these can be very low cost. They can get a bit pricey, but there are some that are particularly low cost, and you can do small local events. I've done church fairs and things before, or even small product events where I've invited people to my home. So these events can be on any kind of scale. They don't necessarily need to be really expensive. Partnering with other businesses is a brilliant strategy that is super low cost. You may want to consider giving introduction fee or an affiliate income. So if people introduce you, you give them a certain percentage of the price of that sale as a thank you, as recognition of the fact that they have put in some effort to build their network and introduce you to their network. You know, there's a certain risk involved in that for them. So giving them a percentage back in terms of a referral fee is a really great way to bring people in. And sometimes through things like the BNI events, the Business Networking International, I think that's what it stands for, there you have to bring a certain number of opportunities for other members around the group. So you pay to be part of the group, but then you don't have a referral fee for individuals, but everyone is supporting each other. So it's that reciprocal referrals, if you like. There is print, business cards, flyers, posters, things like this. Again, very low cost. You can design beautiful ones on Canva these days and get them printed and sent to you within days. And the printing is very reasonable and good quality. I've tried it myself several times. That's always a great thing to do. Merchandising, where you're advertising and you're actually getting paid for it, can work really well, particularly if you have a strong message and a big audience. And then, of course, you have your social media. We talked about content marketing, and social media is worth mentioning separately to that because it's just so huge an opportunity these days. And yes, you can pay for advertising on social media, but there is a lot you can do organically there as well. I'm not going to go into the whole social media strategy right now. You can go back and listen to previous shows, and maybe I'll come back to this again in a future episode. Do let me know if you'd find that valuable. And there is definitely training on that already in the Dream Clients Club as well. So those are just some of the ways you can market your business for free or very low cost, but do make sure that you have your true value defined first. That really is the key thing. Without that, nothing else works. Everything becomes very difficult and expensive and time consuming. So if you're finding your marketing in that camp right now, you want to take a step back, think, okay, what is my true value here? What do I really offer my market? Who is that dream client? And can you go deeper into that to find that sweet spot and start to then reassess your offers, your pricing, your promotions, and so on. So make sure that you have that very clearly defined. Then you want to start to look at how do you then weave that value through everything that you do, using a nice mix of the hunting and farming strategies, and also focusing on strategies and tactics that feel right for you. If it doesn't feel right, if it feels awkward or difficult, you're not going to do it consistently. And if it's not fun, your clients will feel that. If it's a chore for you, they will not enjoy your content. They will not enjoy hanging out with you. So make sure that you are favoring those strategies. There is a lot to choose from. There is never just one way to market your business, but focus on those strategies that feel most comfortable for you now. And you will grow your comfort zone over time. Once you get confident at one, you can start to branch out and experiment with something else and keep learning and growing and experimenting. Really, your marketing is just one big experiment to find out what works for you and for your ideal clients, gets the results that you want, feels comfortable, that you can do consistently and have fun, and so on. It's always a bit of a process and it's always changing. Where you are today isn't where you're going to be 6 months from now. So what feels possible then may be very different to what feels possible for you right now. And the relationship you have with your audience is going to change and evolve too. So your marketing will need to evolve alongside it. It's exciting, I promise. So make sure that everything you do is audience focused and value driven. Have a clear, consistent message and create experiences and build relationships. That is what marketing is all about. The one thing I haven't mentioned, and this is going to take any marketing strategy to the next level, and again, it really needn't be expensive at all, that's follow-up. So make sure that whatever you're doing, you're following up with those people that have showed some interest, who have taken that first step with you, who have joined your community, who've joined your email list. Make sure that they are well looked after and nurtured over time, because only about 3 to 5% of any market are ready to buy in that moment. So timing is everything with sales. So that follow-up process is going to be key to making sure that you stay front of mind with your ideal clients. So when that right time for them to buy comes up, you're already top of the queue. You're already their obvious choice. And in terms of a really simple flow for your marketing plan, your customer journey, your sales process, whatever you want to call it. Start with sharing great content that is relevant for your ideal client and is relevant for your topic and expertise as well. I've seen people sharing amazing content, but it's got nothing to do with their business, and therefore it's attracting the wrong people into their world. So make sure that your content is really hyper-focused on the problem your business solves and who your ideal client is. And this can be talks, podcasts, webinars, networking, social media, email, blog posts, articles. The list is endless. You don't have to do all of these. Just find one or two that you feel really comfortable with. Then you can offer them a lead magnet, some kind of next step, something that will bring them a step closer into your business and will give you their contact details so that you can start to nurture and follow them up. That's really key here. So for your lead magnet, it can be checklists, ebooks, demonstrations, a list of resources, a workbook, a quick guide, an email series, a challenge. Create something that you can put together relatively easily from your existing materials. It shouldn't need to be something that you're going to spend days and weeks and a lot of money creating. If it is, it's going to be too big for your ideal client to digest and use. So you want something that you can put together that's high quality, but relatively simple for you to do. And it's going to give your ideal client a good sense of your expertise, what it's like to work with you, and let them put you to the test. So think about what is going to be doable for you, and you can always upgrade later. And then you want to have some kind of nurturing system. Usually they'll join your email list and you can nurture them through your emails, continuing to add value, continuing to help them get to know you and your work, and signpost how they can get more support, more information, or come and speak to you about joining a paid program. So you want to include those signposts regularly, but keep adding value, keep demonstrating who you are, help them understand how and when they can work with you to get amazing results. And that's it. That is a really simple marketing plan that you can put together that isn't costly, isn't difficult to manage. And as long as you're focusing everything on your true value, that sweet spot between who you are and the value you represent and your ideal client and how they want their problem solved, then it's always going to speak to your ideal clients. It's always going to be relevant to you. It's always going to feel comfortable to put together and start bringing you a nice pipeline of your ideal clients. And then review this regularly to see, now that you have more confidence, more knowledge, more understanding of your market, can you upgrade, tweak, improve any of this to get even better results? And once you have this working for you, that will be the time to think about, well, can I put some money behind this to accelerate it further and take it to that next level? You don't have to spend a lot of time and money on your marketing, but with that pre-planning, with that time to really understand your true value and how you can weave that through your work in meaningful ways, that's going to make a huge difference in your business. That is what the Value Whispering Blueprint, my signature program, is all about. If you want to know more about that, then do get in touch with me. You can find more information about how to do that at melittacampbell.com/call. And if you want a demonstration, a little taster of what it's like to work with me, then do come and join the Dream Clients Club at melittacampbell.com/club. I hope you found this information valuable. Do come and let me know in the Dream Clients Club, in the discussion thread there, and let me know if there's any further details you need to make this work. I can fill in the gaps in a future episode. But I look forward to seeing what difference it makes to your marketing. And remember, your marketing has to be fun. It has to be something that you feel comfortable with and starts to build that relationship with your ideal clients. It really can be very simple and straightforward to do. I will be back next week with more tools, tips, and insights for you. Do subscribe so you never miss your weekly dose of inspiration. Meantime, have a fantastic week. I'm Melitta Campbell, your Value Whisperer and business coach, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye.